Hi there, it's Matt from Floodlight here. I just wanted to give you guys an update on where we're at with our deputy integration. We've been working quite hard in the background trying to ensure that all of the staff costs pull through into our real-time app Pulse correctly and in real time so that it can update and sync into our database as quickly as possible and be as useful for you guys on the ground in your hospitality businesses. So I wanted to give you a quick demo of how it works. So on the left here, I've got a browser window which shows essentially what anyone would see in Pulse on their app. And the thing we're going to be talking about today is the cost figures here that actually either feed in from our settings page if you're not using a scheduling tool like Deputy, or if you are using Deputy, we're pulling data from Deputy and feeding that into our app Pulse. So what we used to do is update our Deputy feed on a daily basis, and what we've actually moved to now is updating that in real time. So in the right here, I've got a example of a Deputy schedule. It's around about 7:30 in Australia time in Sydney. So what I'm going to do is just show you how this works. So I'll drag in a shift for the day, and as you'll see for Robert Davies, he is working 7.5 hours today at a cost of $225. And what will happen once you've dragged that in, it'll take a few seconds to feed through into our database, but then what you'll see is that actually updates in real time. So the total cost of $225 is fed through into our day staff costs as a total. What we also do is apportion that in terms of how far we are throughout the day and calculate all of the costs that are in our database and in terms of where we are at that point in time, which means that, so for Robert Davies, we're about an hour and a half into his 7.5 hour shift, so that's around about, when it's apportioned, $44 out of his $225 costs for the day. I'll give you an example of how this works for more than one staff member. So dragging in Amber Smith, she has a $75 daily total cost, which is crazily cheap. It's just how we've got it set up in the background. As you'll see, that will then feed through into Pulse and make the day staff cost total $300 and the apportioned live cost to this point in time of $58. Just to show you how that apportion time changes, if we make Amber start a bit earlier, then obviously she would have worked for more time throughout this day. Similarly with Robert Davies, let's move him a bit. What you'll see is the day staff cost stays the same, but the live staff cost goes up because they are actually starting sooner. So just to demonstrate how real-time our feed is now from Deputy into Pulse, one of the really important things to note is we've actually added in two boxes here of pieces of information. One is the live staff cost as a percentage of revenue, because we know that's really important for people on the ground making decisions about staffing. And the second one is covering a percentage of day forecast of your day staff costs. So these are all absolutely linked with revenue and staff costs. So hopefully we're going to be able to help you to make smarter and better decisions in real time. A super quick point to note is it's really important to make sure you set up your cost structures in Deputy so that it pulls through the right data. So for example, if we look at Robert Davies, we can see that all the pay rates are set up for him, which is why everything pulls through properly. Whereas if we were to look at the fictitious me for this company, we look at the pay rates here, we haven't set up any up, which is why if we were to drag me into the roster or as a shift in the schedule, this would not pull any costs through into Pulse because there is no cost associated with me. And it's important to note that some cost settings in Deputy don't necessarily attribute cost to the day in as logical way as you would imagine. However, we're always here to help you work through that and try and figure that out with Deputy. So anyway, that's a quick summary as to where we've got to. Hopefully it's really helpful. Please let us know if you've got any questions or feedback by shooting us an email. Cheers, bye-bye.